So, a very good evening, everyone. Hackopitch 2.0 is back with a bang. In our most awaited days of this year, the Paradox 23, we are here with a grand hackathon for the second time. I'm Rashmi, an organizing team member of Hackopitch 2.0, with my co host Kanika, who is also the core of hospitality for Paradox 23.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so I would like to extend my warm welcome to everyone present here, from our speaker to our core members, our organizing team, and all our BS degree students community. I and Kanika will be the host for this boot camp of Hackopitch. So, firstly, I would like to thank you all for joining us this evening, and I hope you will enjoy and get back with your innovative ideas. I know you all might be thinking, what is Hackopitch 2.0? Why are these boot camps and mentoring sessions happening? What's the objective of these boot camps? What's the objective of these boot camps? So, to discuss all these queries and to provide you with a clear roadmap, I would like to start this wonderful session with a short introduction of Hackopitch 2.0. Hackopitch is a premier technical event organized as a part of Paradox. It is aimed to bring innovative minds from different backgrounds to collaborate and create groundbreaking solutions to the real world problems. By giving you this opportunity to develop and showcase your ideas, this can demonstrate the latest trends, technologies, and innovations in a particular field or industry. This hackathon can attract talented and motivated individuals from a variety of backgrounds. And often it is a key component of a large festival or technology event, and it can play a significant role in contributing to the overall success and impact of this paradox. This event will obviously provide you a platform to showcase the technical skills and creativity and problem solving abilities that you have. AcoPitch will encourage you all to think outside the box and push your boundaries within yourselves of whatever is possible to frame your ideas. So now I would like to hand over this session to Kanika.
Thank you. I'm excited to be your anchor for this intensive and immersive event. I understand the value of having a solid foundation to succeed in this dynamic and fast paced industry. Today's session will equip you with the necessary skills to excel in the world of digital marketing. Over the course of this bootcamp, we will cover topics ranging from digital marketing, including Google Analytics, Google Ads, Facebook Business Manager, CMerge, and WordPress. You will have the opportunity to learn from industry experts, networks with other participants, and own your skills through practical exercises and projects. Our team of mentors will be available to guide and support you throughout the journey. I look forward to seeing you enjoy this digital marketing session and witnessing your growth as aspiring digital marketers. Together, let's create campaigns that make an impact and drive results for our clients. I'm excited to introduce our guest speaker, Rishav Agarwal, the CEO and founder of Picxele. Rishav is an accomplished entrepreneur and digital marketing expert. He has a deep understanding of the latest trends and technologies in digital marketing, and he's passionate about sharing his knowledge with others. He will also discuss his experiences and as an entrepreneur and the challenges he faced in building and scaling his business. You will have the opportunity to learn from his successes and failures and apply these lessons to your own digital marketing journey. This will be a valuable opportunity to learn from one of the industry's leading experts. I encourage you to come with a willingness to learn from Rishab's experience. I'm confident that you will find his session informative, inspiring, and impactful. Please join me in welcoming Rishav Agarwal to the Digital Marketing Bootcamp. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Shivam, and all other people who were like who made this arrange this exciting boot camp and the entire hackathon. I hope I'm audible clearly. Just
Yes,
anyone
sir.
confirm me once. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you
you're
so much.
on.
Yeah. So shall I get started, or like you guys are will be doing any other particular introduction before that?
No, sir. You can go ahead.
Cool. Thank you so much. So with that, let me first introduce myself. So I am Rishav Agarwal. I run my company Picxele. So I've been started this company when I was in college. So back in 2017. So I completed my graduation in 2019 from SR University Chennai. You guys must have heard about it. So you are from IIT Madras. So definitely you must be knowing it. So not from IIT but from SRM Chennai. So that's where I completed my engineering, and that was the time I launched my product Pixel. Talking about the more, I will definitely talk more about me when I start the particular bootcamp. So it will be, obviously I won't say, won't make it bore in terms of making you go through the PPT. It will be exciting. I won't speak more than 20 to 25 minutes, and after that you guys can ask questions for next 15 minutes. So that's where we can keep the process so that it becomes exciting for you and not any other different lecture which you are attending in colleges. So that's where. And also one more thing, I personally, if I talk about marketing, so when I will say about marketing, I will based on observations, based on things which I have done for my company and for other companies, etc. But when it comes to my company, we have never spent on marketing. So whatever we have currently 7.5 lakh users. Got around in for 4 years approx, 3 months less to 4 years. So that's where we got at zero marketing cost. But there were few niches or like few techniques which I used in terms of getting these users. So that I will definitely share so that you guys can get more understanding in terms of getting organic marketing also. Obviously that will also be in form of digital presence itself. Whatever you see, whatever you learn is all digital. I won't teach you like how to run ads, that but I will say you how to run a productive ad. I will say you about the topics, etc. So let's say it will be very simple, it will be clear, and definitely I'll try to answer all your questions in the end. Is my screen visible? Please anyone confirm.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. One second. Okay, so talking about myself, I started my startup like in college in third year. So without a product, I generated 20 lakh of revenue just by making groups in WhatsApp, etc., and doing it. Launched Pixel in 2019 June when I graduated and scaled to 750K users and around 9 crores of revenue still now. I'm also an angel investor. Invested in 21, invested in started investing in 2021, and invested on 57 startups till now. Few of the notable investments you can see in my like LinkedIn profile also: Jar, Truly Madly, Drink Bam, etc. So you must came across this particular product in your day-to-day life. Now, yes, now talking about what is digital marketing. So let's get straight into the topic. So anything which you see online in terms of electronic way, it can be anything. It can be ads which pop-ups in your mobile. It can be ads which comes in your Instagram feed when you scroll stories. It can be irritating ads which comes when you play games. Anything which you see around is been targeted based on your search or based on your like what you are looking out for on the internet, and based on that you get those particular feeds on your particular social media accounts, or it can be in terms of pop-ups in different applications, etc. So not only ads is one form of digital marketing, but there is something called as normal social media marketing, search, then PPC, that is pay per click, then influencer marketing. All this comes, which is in form of digital, which can be done and which is in way to target the audience out there, can be formed into digital marketing. I will keep it very simple. I won't tell you the very higher level pointers or higher level words which which also skips your mind, but it will be very simple and crisp. So why traditional marketing and digital marketing is preferred nowadays? For example, when you want to reach out to larger audience, okay. Now let's say example you are launching a B2C application which is into food delivery. Now it's not possible that you can reach out to larger audience from day one via traditional means. It can happen, but yes, they require some kind of strategies and also deployment of people out there, and also you need for that a distribution channel for that one. That's the reason mostly companies go digitally. So they can go digitally in various ways. it can be any kind of content creation, it can be any kind of digital campaign creation, all other kind of things. So this is how the particular part plays out in the traditional versus digital marketing. Why this is important actually? So as in till April 2022, there were 5 billion internet users. Okay. And it is very easiest way to communicate your target audience. You just need to define your target audience. What is your TAM? What is total addressable market? Plus, among that total addressable market, who is your initial target audience? So, and obviously minimal upfront cost. You can start with as low as no cost also in terms of content marketing and social media marketing, where if you are yourself is a designer and a content creator, over there you can have a zero cost also. And if in case you are doing any external marketing in terms of paid marketing, over there obviously cost will be there, and it's very cost effective. And obviously more unique techniques also you can find nowadays. And you can also target the prospect people on the internet who will buy your product or services. For example, if you see that today if you search for any kind of, say suppose a t-shirt or a cap on Google, you will see every random company brand will start targeting you. That's how it happens. Okay, so this is simplest example which you say in your day-to-day life. 7 P's, which always people you need to focus, everyone focuses on product first. How great is your product? Okay. Good is there, definitely. You need to make your product great so that people start using it. Price is the very important factor, because if you are entering into a competitive market, you need to understand that price plays a major role. Because after that, for example, if you're in a product based business where you're selling something physical product, you need to check that how it shall not be commoditized. Okay, when I say commoditized, that everyone is selling it and people are cutting the price, etc. So price is very much important in order to sell digitally. Coming, which is the place you are selling it and what are the platforms you are selling it. Promotion, how you are promoting your product, people whom you are targeting. Packaging, in case of product, obviously how well the packaging is. And process, what is the process you are carrying out in terms of selling or every other thing which you are doing it on digital way. So why marketers choose digital marketing? So definitely what happens, like once anyone starts marketing, it happens in two ways. Like first, people get a addiction towards that, they only want to select the paid channels. Okay. But they want also, there are some people they are going for a, not if I say organical ways of digital marketing. I chose the organical way most of my career in terms of scaling my company Picxele, like in terms of digitally, in terms of collaboration, in terms of content, this type of the particular things which we have done. Like if I talk about SEO, ASO, so these all things, if you know yourself, you can do it more easily in terms of without spending lot of money. So that's where once a marketer enters into this, and obviously you can see a meme around it. So you can understand that how well this particular thing happens when a particular person starts doing digital marketing. So people cannot stop. That is one more reason. Like once you get addicted towards paid acquisition, etc., you need to bring down that particular cost also. So that's how the real job of a marketer comes into picture. So definitely there's a different part of the thing. But yes, digital marketing is not only limited to paid ads or whatever ads you see. That's beyond that. Okay, so that's the one thing which I will always quote here. So how can it can help in different ways actually, like for B2B and B2C. Now, obviously like when it can work for both the parties. B2B, where is business to business. For example, if you're selling something product from a manufacturers and sell it to retailers, so it mainly categorized into B2B transactions are happening. When it comes to Swiggy or all other etc., it's obviously B2B B2C again. But a direct consumer application can be called as where you are buying something like a D2C brand. You're buying something from Mom's Co, you're buying something from Mama Earth. It categorizes into B2C or D2C. So obviously it can be different techniques, different strategies are being used by B2C and B2B specifically. But for both of them this is equally important. Obviously platforms can be different for both of them. So, do you think that digital marketing is expensive? Like whenever we think of that digital marketing can be expensive, this is the first thing which comes in our mind, that we'll end up spending a lot of money. It isn't like that. As I said, it's only not limited towards running ads, getting leads, or getting acquisition done via online ways. It's beyond that. Okay. So this particular FOMO, that, or like you say that this fear, not FOMO, that that digital marketing is quite expensive, I should not do it. This will not be the approach. It can be either done in minimal cost, also no cost, depending upon the scenarios, depending upon the techniques, depending upon the platforms, depending upon what strategies you are building. Okay. There's always, we have never run paid ads for Picxele as of now. In my 4 years, I have never run paid ads for Picxele. I've run for different companies, 4 or 5 companies, like handling a budget of around like 15 to 20 lakh per month basis, not beyond that. But I've understood that how to bring the cost down, how to scale, how to target all those things. But when it comes to different strategies for different brand, it's always needs to be catered based on what kind of product or what kind of service you are selling. Based on that, you need to decide the channel. Based on that, you need to decide which all medium you want to go. Now, types of digital marketing. This is where you will think that it's exciting. Like, but obviously, then again, you need to think on different perspective, that more than exciting, how to do that, how to build a brand online, how to build a brand which can get into the mind of people. When you talk about digital marketing, again, there are two ways: either you're selling something, or either you are awareing people. So there are multiple ways, like people say don't, there are some kind of promotions being, you must be seeing in your day-to-day life, that there's nothing called CTA behind it, or click to action, where they are not telling you to buy something or purchase something or subscribe something, but you see some content which is being promoted and which is only to make the awareness of the brand. So that definitely will happen in two different ways, with different kinds of digital marketing that we'll be seeing in upcoming topics. If anyone wants to put any question until here, feel free to do that. Let me read some questions. Like I can see that I need to see some audience like out there. If you have any questions, you can put here. I might not answer now, but yes, writing questions, I will answer them now. We'll take a pause for 2 minutes, and then I will come to different types of digital marketing. Let me check. Okay, so Pushpak is saying that, sir, better you speak in Hindi to connect easily each point. So, guys, so just the organizers, I want to know that shall I speak in English or Hindi or mixer? What do you guys suggest? Because I don't know about the audience, like who all understand English or English, because English is common language. That's the reason I'm saying that. I'm also comfortable in Hindi. That's not a concern.
Yeah, many people are familiar with like English and Hindi, comfortable with both of the languages, but you can.
Sir, we have diverse audience, so it will be better that you speak in English
Yeah,
itself.
organizers, please
Yeah,
confirm. That would
Yeah,
be great.
yeah.
Okay, Kanika, you are saying that English, correct?
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm doing with English itself. So yes, obviously I'm comfortable with both the language, and so obviously we will, let's continue with English. I believe that that will be common language for everyone. I will answer these questions. Okay, I just wanted to check the audience out here, so I will answer all the questions in the end. Okay. So very first thing is like search engine optimization, which we usually call it SEO. It happens like based on ranking. Like for example, if you search that I want to buy say suppose sunglasses. Okay, now obviously there, the based on people ranked or people bidded on the keyword based on sunglasses, that will be ranking high. So it can be like either Lenskart or any other brand, John Jacobs, I don't know like whether they sell sunglasses or not. I'm just giving an example. If like Lenskart is coming above, so that their SEO in terms of keyword ranking for sunglasses keyword is very high. So this is how it works actually. Ranking on the top of the page, like whether you're coming in the first page, second page, third page. When you search something on Google, you see that page number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number of pages are there. So which page you are appearing, and which section of your page is appearing, either you're ranking one, second, third, fourth, etc. That defines how much is your strong, how much you are strong in terms of that keyword. So this is the simplest example of search engine optimization. Happens in different ways, different techniques. It happens like when you submit backlinks of your website to different pages, you submit more and more articles, you write blogs, you write embed links in your website. There are different ways it happens. But simplest example is how it works when you search something online on Google mostly, that where you appear on the page, either first page, second page, third page, fourth page, and what is your rank, first rank, second rank, third rank. The more the search rate for your brand, the chances that you will get more and more orders, or you can say that more and more leads on your business. This is the simplest example of search engine. Obviously, how what is most important is 4 points actually: quality of content, level of user engagement, mobile friendliness, number and quality of inbound links. Now, for example, uh, like what type of content you are creating. Now, for example, let's take an example that you are selling some like jeans on online, or you're selling some cosmetic product. Let's say an example, you're selling a shampoo on website. What is the quality of content you are creating around that? That is most important. If it doesn't matter that you are ranking top or second, but also matters the quality of content which will help you to be on the top, or else obviously some other brand will create a good content and will be on the top. What is the user engagement rates in terms of clicking of that particular keywords or that particular product or that particular website? Depending upon that, you can calculate the user engagement. Mobile friendliness, obviously your website, etc., all those things will be mobile friendliness. And what is the inbound links? As I told, backlink needs to be put on different channels, etc. That is more important. So keeping all this point, like right from having a good website or an application first, mostly website if I talk about, having a good content, having an engagement level, which is like what type of product of things you are selling online, and how it is more engaging to the audience will define the whole and sort of SEO. Okay. And also the most important point, your website shall be SEO friendly. When I say SEO friendly, for example, when you open some blogs, like you see the blog heading itself shall be the link in the blog. For example, Rishav Agarwal slash search engine optimization. If I open, and the blog heading is also search engine optimization. I link if the link is like Rishav Agarwal slash 001, it's a bad link if I talk about. So make sure this is one such example in terms of backlinking of a blog to a URL. Content marketing. This is again, as I told, these two things are the least expensive in terms of which you can do more with the time. It's time consuming, it will take a process, but content and SEO game is the bigger game when you are gonna play for a longer duration. Today, if you search Picxele on like internet on Google, I won't say first. In some of the cases, it can come on first, but it will be obviously in first page. And we have never spent a penny on like getting the SEO done that properly. I maintained the simplest hygiene in terms of what I have seen online first. Second, I maintained that we are having good content in place across the channels, not in one channel. And third, being a promoter myself, how well I have established the brand in the market. Based on that, it helped me across the years for after 2 or 3 years, help this done organically. It takes time if you're not putting that equal effort on regular basis in terms of doing the SEO or the content marketing. But if you want to happen it organically, be constant enough so that it happens more uh, on the go. If I talk about, for example, if you search gig economy, we operate in gig economy space, we might not come in the top because we have not done much in that particular keyword. In terms of my name, in terms of Picxele name, or in terms of other relatable words with what we do will be there. So that's how you need to be more content specific. It is less expensive, and it can be more in terms of when you grow online and you want to spend less. Now, talking about content marketing, like whatever you write in SEO, whatever you write on social media, whatever you write in influencer marketing or ad creatives, or say suppose captions of the ad creatives, which is very important. It shall be more like, for example, when you write a content on for ads, it's that will also have a high searchable keyword in that also, because that will help in terms of SEO directly and indirectly. Suppose you are writing a social media post over there, also try to embed those high searchable keywords of your particular brand. For example, If you're a cosmetic brand and you are high selling, or say suppose body care product, okay, so the highest selling product is body lotion. Now obviously there will be different keywords. Let's say example, body lotion is there. Try to use that words across your content. That will help a lot in terms of getting the distribution across the channels. I hope you have understood the simplest example. I'm trying to make it more simpler, how the keywords and how the content helps in terms of searchability across the channels, be it paid ads, be it like writing blogs, writing social media content, listing it on a website, etc. So here is like where you'll be using the content marketing mostly. Blog post, as I told, ebooks, you design ebooks for your company, newsletters, when you drop a newsletters to your customers or users, video, audio transcripts, white papers, and infographics. Try to make your content more in terms of keyword specific, and it try to make more easier for the audience. That is second, and write a good content in terms it can go viral. Content marketing helps a lot for brands like who are targeting the B2C users. Today, if you see an example of Zomato, there are two things. I'm personally not a Zomato user in terms of ordering foods. I always order food from Swiggy. But then too, I am a follower of Zomato. The reason being their content. The content is so relatable with the audience, due to which people, even if they are not a user of Zomato currently, obviously I have used Zomato, if they are not a user of Zomato currently, then too also they are sticking to their platform. For example, you must have seen hoarding etc of an ad etc, where they were promoting the gold, and over their jar is mentioned that ye kaun se business mein aa gaye aap. So that's where the content game plays and the brand games plays for both the brands. So this is how the content can go viral, and this is how the content can play a major role in your business, not only to the users who are your uh, uh, current users, but also past users will also stick to your product because your content is very great. So I'm not going to more detail in terms of like how this is because the stats are easily available on internets also. So again, this is boring, right? I believe I don't want to make it boring. That's the reason I'm giving examples rather than reading the PPT, because I don't recommend, or personally I don't like reading PPT. If in case you are getting bored, just put that on comment box also that you are getting bored. Be honest, that's not a concern to me. If you're getting bored, you can put it. I try to make it interactive by putting memes, because we all love memes. Like personally, I make a huge, big uses of the memes in my daily life using GIFs, etc. So if in case you feel that it is boring, just put it that in the chat box also. Okay, thank you so much. As for I will not try to extend it much again, as I said, but there are some other topics I need to cover, because again, why are you still using Swiggy again? So this I'm enjoying. Great, thank you so much. Let's get back again. And okay, so we have more different types of digital marketing. Again, I will try to cover that with examples quickly so that you guys don't get bored. Social media marketing, again, this is very simpler. You guys do it every day, like on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, etc. All those platforms. You try to put your brand in terms of like what you sell, what you target, and what you represent. This is how mostly the brand represent themselves on particular social media channels. And for example, a small example I have written also. If you want to find a new lead for a fintech startup, your audience on LinkedIn is good idea. Since, like for example, a fintech company can find good people for their business on LinkedIn, etc. But for example, if you are selling something, clothes or cosmetic brand, you cannot start targeting people on LinkedIn. This is if you are into Web3, if you are into crypto, if you are into NFTs, etc. Telegram and Twitter is a right platform for you. So based on your brand, you need to define or you need to select the platform which is good for you. For B2B, LinkedIn is the best platform, for example, to generate leads. For companies like EdTech, the best platforms will be Facebook and Instagram, that's to generate leads. For Web3 companies, again, as I say, Telegrams, Twitter, most communities are over there. So that is how you need to select your social media platforms. And what is again important, will go back again, that is content, and which will lead to SEO. Everything is interrelated and linked with each other. So just few pointers, like high quality content and engaging content is important. Obviously, not all your contents can go viral or end up having an engagement, but there will be some content which can go viral. But try to make your content specific and engaging. Reply to comments and questions in a professional manner. This is very important, guys. What I see personally in a lot of brands, what they lag is like they don't reply to the comments, which is very important. And also one more thing, when someone DMs you on your brand page, try to respond them in around 2 to 3 hours of the working duration. For example, if someone is texting you at 1 p.m., try to respond them in 2 to 3 hours, because that's a working time. If someone is obviously texting you at midnight, like 1 a.m., obviously it's not possible. But replying to your audience, answering them questions in the comment, negative, positive, is very important, because how you take it, how you engage with your audience is very much important, because most of the companies which I personally see, they ignore this particular comments. Create a social media posting schedule. Always have a calendar in place. And also you need to select a time. Like for example, I post on LinkedIn. My best time is like morning time, 9 to 11. I always post a post during that time. Sometime I post in between 3 to 5 p.m. So this is the time which I have picked myself based on the engagement what I get. For example, that you need to check in your engagement section in your different accounts. Like Instagram also have that particular feature. You need to see, you can check whether what is the time when your most of the users are active. Suppose you have 1,000 followers, and out of 1,000, like 600 people are using Instagram actively, and from them you see that 300 people are using Instagram from 12 to 3 p.m. That is the right time for you to post. So this is how you need to select the time. Also create a calendar, content calendar, and schedule the post. So that covers the third and fourth point. And obviously, if this is an optional, higher social media may support your marketing efforts. Obviously, know your audience. Now this is very important, like what type of audience is following you. Now how you will know this, you can do some kind of giveaways, you can do some kind of contest, you can do some kind of questionnaires, etc., to know about the audience. And also when you draft a newsletter, for example, when you send a monthly newsletter to the users, it's very important that in the bottom of the newsletter you put your links, icons, along with your social media accounts, so that the users of your application or users of your website can land up to your social media accounts also. This is one very important aspect which you can keep in mind. Obviously this I will tell in the email marketing section. This is again related to creating the newsletters, again going towards the engagement and towards the content. If I talk about, these are mostly interlinked with each other. The companies which keep on growing needs to focus on all the steps. Definitely, paid marketing, all those things can come later when you try to acquire users. In terms of running Google ads, in terms of running Facebook ads, in terms of running any ads, that is again happens when you try to acquire user. But rest of the things can be done organically, can be done more effectively from day one without spending much money into place. PPC marketing. So this is a type of, again, this will come into Google Ads section itself. Like for example, when you pay something in order to, in terms of bidding the particular thing, like bidding the keyword, bidding the particular position in the searchability, helps the PPC in that way. PPC can help you in different way. Like for example, like how well your keyword is ranking on the Google, how well the searching is happening on the Google, how well the product is placed on the Google of your target audience. Okay. For example, I'm in Bangalore. I'm looking for to go to a nearby event, which is nearby events. Okay. So I'll be writing like nearby events on Saturday. So all the names of popular events will be coming one by one, and people who have bid high in terms of PPC or in terms of Google Ads will show me in the top. So this is how it happens. Bidding is very important. When you place a Google Ads campaign or a PPC campaigns, there's an option of bidding. The higher you bid, the higher the searchability. It's just like you jitna pay karo utna milega. Just like that. So it's always advisable that you play a content game first. Try to build your digital presence. That will definitely help you when you start running ads. Again, how it works: ad quality, what type of ad you created, keyword relevance, as I told in the SEO part, Landing page quality, again, it's your website or the application or the bid amount. These four things again is interrelated. Ad quality will cover in terms of how creatives you make, what content you write. Keyword relevance, SEO part, what is the higher searchability keywords. Landing page quality, again, your website or the application. Bid amount, how higher you bid. It's very easier. Running ads is the most easiest task in digital marketing. The reason being, the more you spend, the more leads you get. It's very simple. And that's where I can say that it can be costly, it can be not costly also, but it cannot be done at zero cost. It's very simple. Pay per click, Google ads, Facebook ads, all these parts are, the more you spend, the more you get. Simple as anything. Okay. Now you must be thinking like, is it over? Like how many times this guy is gonna tell me that what is digital marketing, what is this and that. But again, as I say, you need to keep patience, just like this guy has been keeping patience for long years. So we need to keep patience for some time so that I can personally complete this particular more types of digital marketing. And just again, as I said, just like this guy has been keeping patience for so many long years. Now next form, affiliate marketing. This is simplest way. For example, when you give commission to someone by in terms of if they are selling something on their website on or their different ways, etc., it falls in the category of affiliate marketing. For example, if I am selling, again, simplest example, if I am selling mobile phones and someone is selling or referring via their blogs, etc., and if I'm generating 1,000 rupees of revenue, I say then I will give you 10%, so that the particular person gets 100 rupees. So this is how affiliate marketing works in revenue basis. Native advertising, this is category under the paid ads. Like native ads comes like you see interstitial ads, and you also see pop-up ads. Like for example, you open a game and you see that an ad comes in between. It happens via native ads. Okay, so there's a media inventories which company buys on different applications. It happens via native ads. It can be either Google Ad Mobs or Google Ads or via different platforms. Google Ad Mobs, again, it's way to monetize your application. That is really different part. Let's not go over there. If any particular question related to that, you can definitely ask in the comment box. But native advertisement fall under the different targeting groups, which comes as a pop-up on the media buying, etc. This is more important and easier influencer marketing. Like you see that many influencers promote different fintech products, or you say that edtech products, etc. So this is again falls under the category of content creation. So there are two types of influencer marketing. One, where you see a direct CTA involved, where the influencers come and say that I have been using this product, swipe up to or click this link in order to purchase this product, which is called as a CTA, or you can say as direct based influencer marketing. That is one way of doing it. Second, where you see more educational content, where brand engages with particular influencers who make educational content in order to create awareness, and ultimately that can lead to conversions. That is more on the awareness based influencer marketing. And obviously, again, different brands can target influencers on different platforms based on their presence, based on their reach, based on their target audience. So now everyone thinks that influencer marketing is not limited to, like you must be thinking that when someone asks if they're influencer, you guys are getting paid. Like everyone thinks about this. Obviously, not in every influencers which you see in the market today is doing something to make money. There's like some of the posts, some of the influencers you must have seen in your day-to-day life, that who are making some kind of awareness contents for brilliant products or brilliant applications which there in the market. That is one way which mostly comes into the awareness category, where they never say that purchase something or download this, etc. It happened with us also, like in 2020 when corona was there. We got lot of organic content being made by YouTubers and Instagram people when the reels were launched actually after 2020 mid. So that's where we got lot of organic content made in terms of like for the awareness that how we were helping in terms of earning money through our application. So this can happen when your content is good, when your product is good, etc. And when some influencer who sees that or uses your product which feels that this product, etc. So it's nothing only limited to that. All influencer which you see today, all the content you see is paid. You can see that what type of things, what type of, if obviously CTAs are there, links are there, you can obviously assume that. But yeah, mostly the awareness based content are not always paid. This is most important. Automation, like obviously when you do a campaign, etc., you try to make it more automated, because obviously you cannot sit every day. The first process of doing automation is like when you design your content calendar on for social media, you will find some kind of automation tool, like they're like public, etc. All many tools are there, like where you can just schedule the post for upcoming days. Now, for example, if you have created the content and creatives for upcoming 7 days, and you know the time, you know the process, etc., you know the calendar. Just tomorrow we have Gudi Padwa, Ugadi, or Chaitra Navaratri. So accordingly, I will place the post or schedule the post today itself, so that tomorrow morning I do not have to come and post it. That is one way of doing automation. Second, you are running ads on different platforms, like for example Google, Facebook, etc. There are certain tools in the market where you can collate the data from all the platforms together, and you can see that what is the difference between the cost, etc., all those things. So automation helps a lot in terms of when you are omni channel. When I say omni channel, you are promoting your brands on different platforms, etc., and you're doing lot of campaigns across the day. So there will be the need of automation. If you are only doing content marketing, if you're only doing SEO, etc., there might not be the need of automation or any kind of tool from day one. But yes, when you go for a like omni channel and you're trying to do it across all over, you want to be all over, then obviously this will be needed in order to reduce your time and get more data. So how does it helps actually? It helps you to collect and analyze consumer information. As I said, you will get the analytics, etc. Design targeted marketing campaigns. Now, for example, if you are running a campaign on Instagram and you are running a campaign on Facebook, not Facebook, let's say example, because Google, Instagram and Facebook is the same thing. So you're running Instagram and Google. Now you see that you have targeted an audience over there also and target the same audience over here also. You can see that what is the CTR, that is click through rate, what is the conversion ratio, which is we call as CR, or what is the view, and all those things. Based on that, you can compare and you can make the changes and you can increase and decrease the budget. So that is one thing. Send and post digital marketing message at the right time to right audience. This I told. This is very important in terms of automation. Now, this is how the marketing tools, marketing automation tools are there in the market. Like they know everything. They will know everything. With the good automation tools, will know everything about your business. They will get insights. You need to link with all other platforms, etc. And obviously, they are expert, not like the person in the picture who was assuming to be an expert. But again, in real life, marketing automation tools are the experts. I hope this will end soon. So email marketing again. Obviously, you send particular introduction emails when someone signs up on your website or application. You get a email out there. When you send a monthly or a weekly newsletter over there, obviously subscribers will subscribe to your email database, etc. I'm not going deep how to design emails. Like few points I will say. Segment your audience to send relevant campaigns to the right people. For example, if you are targeting like age group of 18 to 35, now over there two types of audience are there: 18 to 22 or 23 or 24. Mostly the student groups are there. 24 and 30 mostly you can say that 24 to 28 early graduates and early working employees are there. 28 to 35 there can be a situation that people have got married. So now, for example, you are running some campaign which is more lucrative towards the younger audience. You need to segregate that as per 18 to 24, or you can say any whatever criteria is there. You need to segment that particular audience. You cannot just simply send to all. If you have 1 lakh user, you are simply sending to 1 lakh user. The second thing is, which is very important, people every time, I also personally see in lot of emails, people misses that their email is looking good in the mobile devices or not. Because what marketer does, they will design the email as per the laptop or the desktop or the broader skills. So over there the designs will look different. It's very important that you send a test message or a test email to check how it looks in the mobile devices. Create a campaign schedule, again as I told, just like scheduling a market social media post. and run A/B test. What is A/B? How you will do this? Like running on different segments, different groups, etc. Which all performed well, which is or didn't perform well. Mobile marketing, again, this comes in like ways of SMS or notifications, push notifications, alerts, all those things which you see comes under mobile marketing. There are some tools like Clever Tab, Mo Engage, Web Engage, which helps us to do all this kind of platforms. You just need to link your mobile application with your this particular tools, which will help you to send push notification, which will help you to send alerts, etc. All those things. So like you think that this is done, this is all where you see that it is done. But again, as I say, there's lot to understand in the life. अभी बहुत कुछ समझना है जिंदगी में. So this is not the end where you see the digital marketing today. It's just the basic which I have told, the basic things which particular person needs to know in the starting journey. Now there are few things which I will say, like in terms of what is the trend as of now. Mostly people are building products in digital marketing in terms of automation. For example, why automation is more important? You need data. Pulling out data from different sources is very difficult. Now for example, if you are having some data on your own company's dashboard, you have some data on DB, you have some data on backend, if you have some data on Clever Tab, you have some data on Google, etc. Everywhere you need to spend, marketers spend average, if someone is doing omni channel marketing, marketers spend average of 2 hours daily as per research, as per surveys which we have seen, that they spend on data. This is a huge time consuming process because data needs to be correlated. This is one use case for you guys who are in this hackathon building something, is build some automation platforms where you can correlate data from different platforms in more formatted and easiest way, and make templates and particular formats to do that. This kind of problem statement is still lagging in the market. Obviously some tools are there, but again, in defined way you can still make it. The market is huge, the requirement is too huge. This is one problem statement which I also personally come in day-to-day life. I wanted to highlight this because you guys are building something, you guys will be building something out there in the hackathon. You can think of this particular thing of the automation. What is benefits? Like obviously broader geographic reach, is cost efficiency, quantifiable results, easier personalization. You can personalize it anytime. For example, in traditional marketing, if you're sending some pamphlets, etc., to distribute, once it is printed, once it's gone for distribution, it cannot be changed. And in the worst case scenario, even if you change that, printing cost will go. So easier personalization is there. More connection with customers, easy and convenient conversations. Like how to create a good strategy. Obviously you can just make different strategy in terms of how to increase the brand awareness engagement by using simpler steps. I will tell you the steps in the going. Like smart goals, set your goals. Like obviously whatever types of marketing if you are doing, you cannot do it in one day or 1 week or 1 month. You need to define the goals. Like you will focus on content, you will focus on SEO, you will focus on influencer marketing, brand awareness. These three are the focus areas for me. Next 3 months, I will start with SMS, push marketing, which is pop-ups, or you say notifications, and email marketing. You need to define your goals accordingly so that you can go one by one. You will have more data, more things can come into picture. Identifying your audience, create a budget, have a budget, because without budget, don't keep on spending. Select your digital marketing channel. This is one which I am telling again and again. Refine your marketing efforts. Keep refining. For example, if one channel is not working for you, change the strategy, change the way you are doing it, etc. Anything can happen. Now you think that you are intelligent and wise, but again, as I say, today, even if there's a professional digital marketing, he is also not wise today. So never think that this is done. This is, I have known everything. This is just, if I tell about, this is not even 1%. When you execute, when you do, then on the right time will come when you understand what is the bigger game in terms of promoting your brand or product on online ways. Some of the important terminologies, this terminology you might come into day-to-day life. Conversion rate, like obviously what is the conversion rate? Like for example, 100 people are visiting your website and 10 people are purchasing the product. Simplest is that conversion rate. Cost per acquisition, like when you run your ads and you see that one lead you're getting at around 100 rupees. That is cost per acquisition or lead. You can say the cost per lead or any kind of thing can happen. CPC, cost per click. Again, at what cost you're getting one click. CPM, cost per thousand. This happens based on impressions. For example, it happens mostly like when you are running ads on your platform, you're getting paid 300 rupees per CPM in the market, etc. So that to do that. Customer relationship management, CRM. CTA is call to action. As I already told, when influencer promote something, they put a link. So they place a link. That's a call to action where they are doing it. CTR, how many people have clicked the link. CRO, conversion rate optimization, how well you are optimizing the conversion rate, etc. That will show the score. GTM, again, go to market strategy, what strategies you're building in order to go to the market. KPI, key performance indicators. For example, obviously, when you run a campaign, there will be some objectives. For example, you are an education brand. The objective is to generate leads, ultimately sales. You cannot simply just do like I'm running a campaign. There will be some defined campaigns like 1,000 rupees I'm spending. I need to get 10 leads, and from those 10 leads, I will get one conversion. This is how you need to define the KPIs. Lead generation, very simple. LTV, lifetime value. So I will just spend one time in explaining you LTV. So how it happens. For example, you are selling a cosmetic or a like body care product only, like a shampoo of 800 rupees. Okay. Now when you run ad, the acquisition cost is at 200 rupees. Okay, and your other cost gets into 900 rupees. Okay, now 900 700 rupees is includes manufacturing, delivery, employee cost, etc. So now you're selling your product at a loss of 100 rupees. Okay? But again, if tomorrow that user is purchasing again 800 rupees product, the lifetime value of that particular user becomes 1600 rupees, and that particular user is going to positive, etc. That is how this is calculated in terms of LTV, how much time the user is purchasing something. In most of the cases, what happens, there is the acquisition cost is even higher than the product. For example, the product cost is 200, but the acquisition cost is 400 rupees. That again, we need to reiterate that how much time the user is purchasing that product again and again. Relevancy score, quality score, what is the quality of the ads which you are running. ROAS, return on ad spend. Like for example, you're spending 1,000 rupees and you are selling a product of 3,000 rupees. The ROAS stands at 3. That is score. Okay. SEM, search engine marketing. This is a type of search engine optimization. Based on that, we will do that. Now this is end. Okay. I've spoken a lot. Obviously, you guys were waiting that when this guy will stop, but again, it's over. It's like thank you for listening so patiently. Now I'll be quickly reading the questions. Whatever questions I can answer and which is relevant enough, we'll do that. Before that, organizers, if you want to say something or shall we directly go to the questions, you can tell me.
Yeah, you can go with the questions.
Yeah, we can go ahead with the questions.
Thank you so much, guys. I was getting bored. So sorry for making you everyone bored. Okay. Now let me check the questions out there. What was the example said for B2? Okay, so Ramya, so B2B is like when you sell something business to business. For example, when a wholesaler is selling something to retailers. For example, there's a manufacturing plant which is producing steels, and from there the shop owners purchase the product from them. And from shop owners, if you want to build your house, you will purchase the materials from them. So from the first level, this is manufacturers to retailers, which we can is B2B transaction. And when it comes to retailer to us, it becomes B2C transaction. I said what extent digital marketing is not irritatable. So for example, if you are promoting the same thing again and again to irrelevant audience, like for example, you need to promote your brand to the relevant audience. This is where the target audience and the segment plays an important role. Rupak Roy, you have been in this digital marketing industry for a decade. No, I have not been into decade. It's not been decade. I'm not that old. What are the some of the most significant trends you have observed in the industry over the years, pre-COVID and after COVID? So, obviously, this was getting fancy in terms of running ads, all those things, etc. But during the COVID times, the customer acquisition cost for maximum brands which were into gaming industry or edtech industry were very low. The trend which I saw the shift, these two industries specifically saw a drastic increase in their customer acquisition cost post pandemic, or you can say about COVID. The reason being, now for example, there will be different brands. Now, for example, in 2021 and 2020, fintech brands saw a lot of growth in terms of their business. Okay, so these are trends in terms of shifting in towards obviously the running targeting people via digitally increased in the COVID times, but still it is on the higher side. But again, industry will differ from time to time. And again, Rupak has not been a decade. If I talk about in career wise, full time 4 years, and like if you can include 2 years of college also. I'm sorry, Ame Kulkarni, for being boring. I hope it was worth it. The memes are compensating the boredom. You guys can also send me some good memes. I will use that in next time for different college or for your college only. So how AI tools integrate in the process of production cycle and marketing materials. So can you rephrase your question? I from what I can understand is like if you are talking about production cycle for the materials, obviously AI can help you in terms of generating content or scheduling the content, etc. That is how what I can understand from your question. If you have anything to add, else you can reiterate the question again. How to get effective traffic on your website? Again, either by PPC, content creation, SEO. This is the best way to get more and more traffic on your website. Hers, go eat something. I know you're hungry. So Arshita is asking, can you suggest some tools for SEO? So there's SEMrush, which is very popular, and like personally, I'm not gathering name now. So SEMrush is the most popular, which you can see, and you can search for some tools online. If in case possible, you can just text me. I can send you. I might be having the list somewhere. I will be sending you across. You can text me on LinkedIn. I will send you the list of the SEO tools, which is effective enough in order to do that. But SEMrush is the topmost. So again, Rupak is asking, what are the some of the most significant trends you have observed in the industry over the years pre-COVID? Okay, you have. I think I've already answered this. Pallav is asking, sir, what are the limitations of digital marketing and also how to get more and more traffic on your website? So see again, Pallav, you need to decide that who is your target audience, who is your, what is the best way to reach them on the platform. Now, for example, if younger generation or the college students, your target audience, they will get more attracted towards content and the placement of your product. They won't purchase something directly by seeing an ad. What I have seen, because my target audience were mostly 18 to 25, I have seen that they will get attracted towards how you are placing yourself in the market, how the communication is. This will lead to more and more traffic. MJ is asking, sir, most startups are already using SEO and keeping up the trend. So how can distinguish ourselves and from them to start, and where should we begin? So the very first initial step before you launch your startup or your business, or after you launch your startup or business or any other company, if I talk about, the most simple thing is you can start doing it via content. Okay, now putting content on different social media platforms won't charge you anything, which is very important. You should start posting the content, then you can take a step by step process that how you want to go it. Either you want to run ads, either you want to go via SEO, you want to go via PPC, etc. All those things. First is content, what I see, because that will lead you to bring followers, that will bring that will build a community on different platforms, which is very important. Ayushman is asking, so how small business like pizza, street food, apparel, beauty parlor, kirana store can do their marketing using open source tools or an agency and target such business in managing their content management automation? So see, this kind of business which you are talking about, I don't think they require this kind of technique because they are not selling online. If you want to go street food, obviously they will never say online. You can go them outside. You cannot see any puchka ads, I believe. I've never seen a pani puri ad coming on my feed, or someone is targeting keyword based on pani puri. So this is quite something like that. That this kind of businesses, you see them when you go out in the market. So this kind of, and neither the local beauty parlors or the salons will you will show the ads for them, because obviously you know the kind of like stores or the shops near your area, and based on that you will go to that place. And for them it is not needed mostly. Mostly you need to have just Google My Business account listing over there to go to the perfect location. That is more than enough. How to start learning digital marketing as a business? First thing, you can see free tutorial videos on YouTube. Second thing, start implementing, because only reading will not solve the problem. You need to start executing. How can digital marketing be used to establish influence? No, I cannot answer this. Okay. So Divya is asking, can you please share some free tools that you find useful? So what type of tools you're asking for, which particular part, either for SEO, for automation, etc. Can you define this? Or else, as said to other person, you can also text me down on LinkedIn, etc. And there you can, I will try to share them across. Okay. Any resources you recommend to understand this concept and tools better? Again, for each and every topic, there's a particular good tutorials, free tutorials available on YouTube. There's one person called Neil Patel. Over there, you can see those particular kind of videos of that particular person. He teaches in a very great manner. But again, as I say, is more about implementation rather than being learning. I hope that time was there. I could have shown you some practical example that how to create ads, etc. All those things. For this, maybe sometime, because this is a very, that will take a time, etc. Okay. So what is Rohit is asking? So whenever you pay someone a commission against every sale is happening. Suppose you are selling a product of 500 and I am selling your product and you are paying me 10% of it. So 50 rupees. That comes under affiliate marketing. You pay commission out of that. Gaurang is asking, what is good way keeping up the online trends for marketing and social media platforms? Keep checking what is happening around you. Okay. For example, people make content for like a cricket match is happening and people make content around that. Some incident happened. So you can see that what is the trending topics, what are trend things are happening. Relate with your brand and make a content. Lots of questions are there. Rajvinder Singh is asking, what is the best platform to grow our business according to you, sir? Social media. Use social media, use content. That will be the initial step if you don't want to spend money a lot. So that is the best process. Danis is asking, how can we start as a beginner? Again, same answer. You can start learning all those things on like on YouTube and start implementing. What roles does Q&A, giveaway play in this? So yeah, so this helps in, like, mostly you run giveaway campaigns on Twitter or Instagram. So that's the reason the content will play a major role. Like when you see your audience is very engaging, very entertaining, etc., you can do giveaways to encourage your audience to stay on your platform. This will play a major role, guys. Can we connect with you after session? Again, Arshita, as I told, I will drop my LinkedIn profile uh, over here. You guys can definitely connect with me. Let me, I will drop this after the session. Or you can find me with my name. Obviously, you will do that. So you do that. You can just find me with my name. And the person who's seeing in the red set over there in the LinkedIn will find it. Okay. How to choose products? Sakshi, this question is not clear to me. Sorry, won't be able to answer this. Anand is asking, sir, what would be the beginner's approach towards the digital marketing? Again, beginners, if you're learning, you need to learn the content game first. Okay. Don't just jump into uh, learn about how to run Facebook ads or Google ads. People do that itself. Just by learning Facebook ads and Google ads, you will not be a digital marketing person. We need to know that how to write contents, how to write scripts, how to write captions, how to write image captions, etc. All those things are very important. After you know that, then you'll understand more about that when you run the ads, etc. in the end of the day. But popular marketing in today's time, the moment marketing is very popular, as I told. Moment and content, because ad everyone is running. If you are getting organic orders via your content, that is the most popular game which I talk about. Okay. As I told, as of now, this is like around 3 months less to 4 years. We have never spent a penny in terms of promoting my particular company, Picxele. We got 7.5 lakh users. Obviously, the numbers are not that great, but for me, getting 7.5 lakh internet users without spending a penny, I always appreciate that. Obviously, from my end, if I spend money, it could have gone 5 million also. But again, I didn't want to do that. Again, Anand is asking, so what should be beginners? Okay, this is done. Sachin is asking, What are the key things to look at to improve conversion rates, specifically for a construction startup? For construction startup, you need to mostly look after the SEO, PPC, etc. Okay, and what are key things? Again, what are the keywords and what are competitors are promoting? These two things: competitor analysis and keywords. Danis is asking how we can start and as a beginner and what is the best platform to start with. Again, same question: how to start a freelancer without a design team. So you have Canva in place. If you want designs to be done, Canva is there, free tool. Obviously, start designing over there. I'm not sure why Anand is copy pasting the same question again and again. I have already answered, Anand. You must be thinking that I will be missing this question. I have answered this. Pariksit is answering how to start learning. Same thing, Pariksit. Sir, can you please explain a bit about your app does and how it adds gig workers for gig providers? Simple thing, like for example, we post a task in our application and you can come and complete the task reading the steps. You can submit the task over there and backend, it will be checked and approved within a due time and then you get paid accordingly. So based on the mentioned amount. But obviously, we are revamping our product a bit. You will see lesser tasks now as compared to what we had 1 month ago. So we are changing the app features a bit. So after 2 or 3 months, we'll have a revamped product. This was the first version which we launched, which we got a huge response. What we can build in hackathon? Vidya already answered this question. Okay, try building that. That will be more helpful. Again, Anand has pushed the particular question too many times. Now I will never forget who is Anand. Who is Anand? Just raise your hand once. Badresh Upadhyay, how to make a relevant user segment. So obviously you need to know that who is the target audience. Okay, so you need to understand that based on your target audience, there will be segments created. Okay, who is purchasing your product most? Now, for example, the wider target audience, what you are targeting is 18 to 30, but you are seeing that most of the people are purchasing in 18 to 25. That becomes your more relevant segment. Okay, so try focusing much more on that in terms of when you run ads or when you put more contents. How to start learning digital marketing? Again, same thing. Anand question is come back again. Masood, can you please share the PPT in PDF form? If your organizers allow, I will share them. They will be sharing with you. Okay. Mahesh Sharma, what are some smart ways of marketing such that is irritating? Again, don't target people who are not relevant to you. What are some okay? How can one improve the conversion rate? Meghna is asking. So improving conversion rate is like changing your content and the captions of your particular ads to fix.
Anurag, will you please mute yourself?
Nobody's happened frame. So we also used to do this. How can one improve this? So how can one improve the conversion rate? So as I told, try to change your caption, creatives, etc. When you are seeing that your conversion acquisition cost is higher. Okay. So Prem, just do a favor, like just let me know who is Anand. Okay. He has put questions so many times that I want to meet this person now. Now this guy
Okay,
is
sure,
finished.
sir. Sure, sure.
Okay. Or give him the
Sure, sure.
PDF itself.
Okay, okay, sure, sir.
Mahesh is asking. Okay, Mahesh has finally told that Anand, please stop. Now, okay, thank you so much, Rupak, for putting my LinkedIn profile link. And please conduct some sessions in future showing some practical example. So obviously, again, this is not. I personally do some of the sessions. Again, I don't do for digital marketing. More on how I build the product, etc. You can definitely connect with me on LinkedIn and follow me over there. You will keep seeing what I do, etc. What is more important in digital marketing via social media, likes, comments, or engagement? Again, most important, again, that will define what type of brand you are running. Okay, like likes, comments, engagements, if it's coming on your particular post, which is amazing. What I see is like people are having thousands of followers but they are getting only 2 likes, 3 likes, or 10 likes. It causes poor engagement, and I see that in 10 likes, 10 likes are the people who are the team members itself or from 2 different pages. Avoid doing that. Okay, so it's always better to have 100 followers with 50, 20 to 25 average engagement rather than having 1,000 followers with 20 to 25 engagement. Okay, how to start without a design team. So you can yourself design content. So Canva, as I told, is the simplest, easiest tool. The PPT which you see now is designed on Canva, guys. So I have not used any kind of people who have done designing for me. Your team, organizing team gave me a template. I just put the content in a more proper way, etc. By seeing, by putting on some engaging memes, because I know that your students, you will get bored at time. That's the reason. So design is very important, and obviously it can be done via free tools available. What are skills required to work with you, sir? So what, one thing is like, I need people who are more enthusiastic in terms of not giving me excuses that tomorrow I have exams, not work. Obviously everyone is having exam when they are a student, so this is one excuse which I always look upon. And obviously hard working person. Okay, I think all the questions have been done. If anything is missed, let me know.
Yeah, we can wrap up now, sir.
I think it's done.
Yeah, yeah.
It was such an engaging session. On behalf of the entire team of HackerPitch, I wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you for your invaluable guidance and support throughout the event. Thank you so much, sir. We're expecting to have you on campus in May.
I hope I
Yeah,
will make it.
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
for
thank you
joining.
so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending it and listening it patiently. So I can leave now, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay, thank you so
Uh,
much, guys.
I
Thank you.
think,
Thank you. Yeah, Kanika.
yeah, I think Rishabh sir can wait for a while. We can take a snapshot.
Okay,
Or,
yeah, take a snap.
Oh,
But everyone has put their camera off.
yeah.
yeah, you all can on your cameras.
Yeah, kindly turn on your camera, guys. I will also take a snap. It will help me tomorrow. And people who have texted me, I will tag them.
Yeah, all done.
Acha, I think permission is not there, I think, Prem.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sir. Now they got the position.
Great, thank you so much. If anyone else is taking a snap, just send me. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.